Okay, good morning. For today, you are going to be adding your word parts to your Quizlet and submitting your Quizlet. So if you go to the assignment, you're going to go to Quizlet.com, sign in, create, you don't need to create a new unit, you just need to open your Unit 2 set of flashcards. Let me change that real quickly. And then you need to add the word parts for this week. So we had X, micro, arch, phobia, and then this collection of suffixes, ik, ek, il, il, tik, ikal. If you don't remember what they mean, you can find the definitions on the presentation. And then you will share your Quizlet link back here on Canvas. You need to make sure that I can see your note cards, because if your link doesn't work, then you'll get a 0. So just to make sure that you are submitting the correct link. Okay, so after you have completed your word parts notes, we actually don't have a journal for today because I want to give you more time to work on your essays. So what you need to do first is we're going to go and you're going to look at each of your 3 paragraphs, and you're going to check and see what feedback I have given you. So I might have given you an incomplete and said that you need to revise and resubmit, or I might have given you a complete but still left you a comment of, maybe a small thing that you need to fix. So what you're going to do to look for this feedback is you're going to click on the assignment. And then over here on this side, you're going to have, obviously I don't have it because I'm in the teacher view, but you're going to have, it'll say submission details, and then it'll have a comment listed. Let me get into my student view really quick so I can show you what that looks like. Okay, so here is the student view. So what you see is when you click on the assignment, expository essay paragraph 1, you'll see over here your submission. It says submitted, submission details. It'll tell you the grade, and then it will tell you the comments. Okay, so I have left comments on basically everybody's. Even if I gave you 5 out of 5, if I gave you 5 out of 5, I probably said looks good, or I might have given you 5 out of 5, but said, hey, don't forget that this word is capitalized or something like that. So there's still comments that you need to address. So if there's something in a comment that I have left you and you don't fix that thing, then that's going to affect the final grade that you get on your essay. So I am telling you ahead of time things that you need to fix in order to get a good grade on your essay. If you don't do those things, that's kind of on you. Okay, so take some time to go through paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and paragraph 3. Make the edits that you need to make. I will, during class, be going through, and every time that something gets submitted, I will be looking at it, giving more feedback on it so that you can get that feedback as you're working. Okay, so don't feel like, oh, I turned it in, so I'm done. Keep checking back so that you can see when I have left you a notification of a comment. Okay, so you should take probably about 20 minutes to do that, 5 to 10 minutes for each. If you haven't written them, then obviously that needs to be your priority. For virtual students, I did send you via email, your student email, a outline. It looks like this, that I put up for my in-person students. So if you are struggling to get your paragraphs started, then that is a great place to get some help. But once you have gone through and you have edited your paragraphs and you feel like they're in a pretty good place, then you're going to want to put them all together and submit them into your final draft. So that's what I'm going to talk about for basically the rest of the video. So what you'll want to do is, since I don't have a Google Doc open, I'm going to open one, but you could just use the one that you already have, that you've already been using for your paragraphs. And you're going to want to turn this into a essay format that is ready to turn in. So I'm going to show you what you need to include, what your header needs to look like, and then what your paragraphs should look like. So, okay, so first things first, my header. So I need to include in my header my first and last name. So I'm putting mine. You obviously need to put yours. Then you need to put your teacher's name. Then you need to put your class. And then you need to put the date. And the date needs to be formatted in a particular way for MLA formatting, which is what we use in English class. You put the day of the month first, so 17 or 18, whatever day it is that you're watching, November, and then the year, okay? Then you need to hit enter one time and go up here and do a center align. And then you're gonna put your title. Okay, now your title can't just be title. That's what I'm putting down. You need to put something like The Life of William Shakespeare or Shakespeare's Life and Influence or some kind of creative title that you want to come up with. Okay, then you're going to hit enter one more time and you're going to take, instead of a center alignment, you're going to go back to your left alignment. And then what you can do is either, if your paragraphs are already in, then you can just reformat them how I'm going to show you, or if you're copying and pasting them in, then you can copy and paste them in. So I'm going to copy and paste them in. These are just sample paragraphs, and they're actually all the same paragraph. I'm just going to copy it 3 times because I don't have 3 different ones. Okay, so I've got my 3 paragraphs. Now what I need to do is the first line of every paragraph, I need to indent. And I do that by hitting the tab key. It's just to the left of the Q on your keyboard. So I'm going to hit tab once. I'm going to go down here and hit tab. And I'm going to go down here and hit tab. So it should be very clear to your reader where your 3 paragraphs start because you have indented them. Okay, now notice I don't have like 25 spaces here, okay? I don't have like 25 spaces here. My title is not in size 35 font, right? Everything is just chill, okay? It's all the same. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to go up and I'm going to turn it all black, okay? You don't need to have the color coding for your final draft. And then I'm going to double space. And I do that by clicking on this button here. It has the 3 lines and then the up and down arrow. And I'm going to change this to double so that my paper is double spaced. Now again, I'm going to remind you, I don't need 10 different spaces between the title and the paper, okay? Everything should just go together just like this. This is exactly what the top of your paper should look like. Okay, for font, you can either use Arial or you can use Times New Roman. It's up to you, doesn't matter to me. Whichever one you prefer. And you can use either size 11 or size 12 font, either one, okay? 11 or 12 for your font, okay? And then this is what you would submit, okay? So this is like your final draft. Now, I wanna make sure that before you submit this, that you are running at least one spelling and grammar check. And how you do that in Google Docs is you go up here to Tools, you go to Spelling and Grammar, and then you come over here to Spelling and Grammar Check. And then it will give you suggestions. It will catch things like, I know a lot of you spell Shakespeare wrong. It will catch things like that, okay? All right, so make sure that you at the very least do that. You could also use Grammarly or something else like that if you would like to, but you don't have to. Okay, then once that's completed, you'll come back here, you'll click on Submit Final Draft, and you will submit it to this assignment. Okay, and then here's your rubric, what you'll be graded on. So 10 points per paragraph, and then 5 points for your mechanics. So 35 points altogether. And this is the final essay submission that you are going to do. So putting all of that together, really shouldn't take more than like 10 minutes or so because you're just, pasting it in, you're putting the formatting. It shouldn't really take you that long. And then you are done with the expository essay and we are ready to move into our introduction to Romeo and Juliet. So there are 2 activities that you're going to do today. One is a social offenses activity and one is taking notes. So the social offenses activity has its own video explaining it. And for the literary device notes, I will link the guided notes here and then you will watch this video and take those notes. If you have questions, you can call in to Zoom or you can email me and I will be happy to help. Have a great day.